welcome back to my YouTube channel. And on today's video on SSPs, we will be talking about storage of breast milk. One reason or the other, our mothers would have to express milk. It could be because she's returning to work, she's returning to school, the child is on admission and she has to express milk to be sent to the child on admission, or for the liberty expressing milk gives you the fact that someone else can help you feed your child even if you are busy, just to relieve the load on you. Is it not good? Now what are some of the ways you can express? The hand express method, the use of the manual pump or the use of the electric pump. The hand express method, you make sure that it's just the use of the hand to express the milk, but you bring your hand a few meters away from the areola to express the milk. This is useful in the first few days to help express the cholesterol, because you do not want your child to miss out on all that good stuff, because cholesterol helps the child to build immunity because it's full of loads of nutrients. Now the hand pump is just like the electric pump, just that this time around you are the one pressing it. You know, when you are pressing it, the suction goes on and it helps the breast to eject the milk. Now the electric pump does the massage on its own, and then the breast will eject the milk. You don't have to do too much. We have the hands-free pump, which you can put on you and then walk around, and we also have those that you have to be stationary to express. One way or the other, choose what works for you, the one you can afford, and it's all great. Your motherhood journey it's already going great, so just choose what you can afford so you can be a great mom to your bundle of joy. What are some of the things you should take note? One, storage of milk. We store the milk in BPA free plastic containers. So we have the breastfeeding storage plastic bags, which are small in size so that you do not store too much to waste, and it has a portion for labeling to enable you label properly. You can also use the Ziploc bags, but if you are using that, make sure that it's BPA free. Yes, you do not want it to be filled with BPA. Yeah. Also, you would have to take note of the 446 rule, which is that breast milk stored in room temperature without being kept in the fridge or the freezer will stay or can't stay for up to 4 hours. The one kept in a refrigerator can stay for up to 4 days. The one kept in the freezer is best used at 6 months. Now this, I say best used at 6 months because if stored in a freezer, a standard freezer, at 6 months max, but if stored in a deep freezer, it can't stay up to 12 months, but it's just best used at 6 months. So that makes the 446, so 4 hours, 4 days, 6 months. Now I would advise that when storing breast milk in the refrigerator or in the freezer, do not store it close to the door of the freezer. So when you are opening it, because when it's close to the door of the freezer, and when you open, it would undergo so many temperature changes, and that can affect its taste and also the nutrients and everything in it. Also, before you would express, one of the things you have to take note of is find a calm atmosphere that you can sit, relax, wash your hands, make sure you wash your pump, wash whatever you would be expressing, like the feeding bottle that you would express into before pouring into your breastfeeding storage bags. Also label your bags, write the dates on it so that it would enable you to know when to remove them, because we know that it would have to be removing it. For best results, it's better we do it FIFO, first in, first out. So the first ones that go in are the first to come out. Yeah. Now let's go to how to thaw stored breast milk. So if you are keeping it in probably a freezer, because if it's in the fridge, that one, when you take it, you can keep it in warm water, not hot water. So some of the do's of storing breast milk is that it can be thawed in warm water and not hot water, or thawed in room temperature water. Now I'll put another tap, run on it, or fetch water, put it inside, or warm water, but not hot water. Not hot water because breast milk has enzymes, it has living cells in it, and then it can kill those things. Also, it can scald the tank of the child. it can scald the tank of the child, so you don't want it in hot water, so you don't affect the chemistry and also do not kill some of the living cells in it. Now, one of the easier ways to is probably you are taking the one that was stored in the freezer. You can take it from the freezer into the refrigerator overnight. So if I'm going to use this, let's say the ones I have in the fridge are running out, so I know that tomorrow I'll have to touch the one in the freezer, I would take it out the day before, like the night prior, and put it into the fridge so it can thaw gradually. Then that way, that one that I took from the freezer into the fridge can stay for 24 hours in the fridge, not for the 4 days like the other one. Now, after it stays, so you know that one I'm going to use it within the next 24 hours. So based on how you store it, for those of us that use the breastfeeding packs, storage packs that has labeling, you would know that this is 20 mils, 30 mils, 40 mils, 50 mils, and you know how much your child feeds per meal. So you can decide that, okay, since this one, the one I've told is 150 mils, and my child feeds like 60 mils, I would pour probably 90 mils into the feeding bottle. So if I pick the third one that can last for 24 hours and pour it into my feeding bottle, now it's a little cold. I don't know if the child can receive that. The child may not feel comfortable taking that. So I would thaw it further to make it, warm for the child in either warm water, still not hot, or under the tap for the room temperature water to cool it. Now, after it's cooled and I feed my child, and probably I have a remainder of 20 mils or 10 mils, that remainder of 20 mils or 10 mils can only stay for 2 hours, then I discard it. Please, I hope we understand. Yeah. Now, we know that breast milk is, the mature milk that we feed the child can be divided into two parts. We have the hind milk and then the fore milk. The hind milk, which is filled with more fats, so usually that one you realize that probably there may be a separation in the milk. So when you thaw it, you just swell it so it can mix properly. Not shake it, but you swell it. Yeah, so it can mix properly. And one thing you should also know on this your breastfeeding journey and on your breast milk expressing and storage journey is that you have to be adequately hydrated. Hydrate yourself properly so you can produce a lot of breast milk. And please learn to also pump on demand. Probably you pump for like 20 minutes and rest 10 minutes, or you pump for like 10 minutes and rest 20 minutes in between. You can do that for like 3 times a day. If you are exclusively pumping, you may have to pump more than the 3 times a day. But if you're not exclusively pumping and you are breastfeeding straight from the breast aside the pump, then 3 times a day would be enough. Probably 10 minutes of pump in those 3 times, or 20 minutes of pumping aside the breastfeeding. That way the demand is more, the supply is more. Happy baby, happy mother. Yeah. So any question, if you have any question, please drop that in the comment.